Hello, everybody. I am your host, Khushii Bhagwat, and welcome everybody to Duocast. I am a commercial pilot, and today on this episode, I have a very interesting guest. And I'll tell you why I find him so interesting. Is not only is he a commercial pilot, but he has such great creative senses. Whatever, how much of a background you can see behind me, it's all him and obviously his partners. But then, I want to introduce you, Siddhesh. I am so happy to have you on
Hello.
our podcast.
Yes.
And so I'm going to actually give it to you. I'm going to ask you this one question point blank. How many businesses right now are you taking control of at the same time?
Uh, Honestly, three.
Yeah.
One being my dad's ancestral business, we can call it. It's
Correct.
been running through my family. We do this Ganpati decorations. I handle most of it. My sister helps me
Yeah.
out. My dad does it. Second is, of course, ATBAE. As you can see, this place. Uh, Always wanted to get into a hospitality chain.
Correct.
And I mean, flying is not a business, but
It's not, but
yeah,
it's one of the things
it's
that
one
you
of
do.
my so
One
also
of-
did a lot of other small things in life, but
Yeah.
it's all behind me.
No, but it's one of the many hats that you own. And you know what's fascinating about you is just, I was actually, before we start this, I was talking to him about this one thing that flying, as we all know, is something so, there needs to be a particular mindset which is very practical and, solution oriented. Tabhi ke tabhi sab karna hota hai. So it's very different from a creative mindset that you have now. And in every business that you have done till now, it requires a lot of creativity, it requires a lot of imagination, a lot of new ideas. So, how does that roll in for you?
For me, I always felt that there is more to life than aviation.
Yeah.
And right since I was a teenage, I was very fascinated with this hotels and bars and clubs and how they are run and the people behind the whole operations, and how are you managing like 1,000 people coming in and out, especially India, because we are a place of a lot of population.
Correct.
Like 1.5 now. So it's not an ordinary business like a European restaurant where you have like 50 or 100 people coming in
Yeah.
and out, and you're happy. Like, those people are happy at 50 and 100, like, wow. Like,
Yeah.
but a place where we have so much of population and people want to just come, scream, drink, dance, and it's full of people every day.
Yeah.
So how do these people actually make it happen, streamlining it operations wise? So I was really fascinated, and I was blessed with a lot of my friends in this industry.
Correct.
Though it took me like 10 years to finally take that leap of faith. And of course, it was because of the partners that are with me. My best friend, Siddhesh, who's my partner, he actually inspired me
Correct.
massively into getting in this uh, field. And I still remember, I didn't even know who this person is. They used to own a nightclub, and I was one of the biggest critics.
Yeah, you told me it's very
Yeah.
fascinating. I want you to tell this. How did this whole thing
No,
start?
look, I've born and brought up in Thane, but
Yeah.
my entire life was partying in Mumbai.
Was
And
it because you were a pilot? I mean, you are a pilot.
I mean, not really. Like, look, I love quality places.
Okay.
I love retro music. I love reggae music. I've been a fan of Western music from a very long time. Not that I don't love Bollywood, but I
Yeah.
don't like the chikni chameli
Yeah.
music, as I as I call it.
That is true. That is true.
So when all this process was happening, at the same time, Thane always was very special to me. Like, I never moved out of Thane, no matter what happened. My friends were in Bombay. So when I came across this place, which was called MH04, I'm like, okay, I need to check this out.
Was it one of the oldest clubs in Thane?
It was the oldest
yeah.
place in club in Thane, and it was amazing. The vibe was amazing. The DJs were good, but I always felt like, you know what, this is just too much of Bollywood in my life.
There needs to be some, I wouldn't say not class, but there's something
No, look,
different.
it was a classy place. It's just
Yeah.
that variation was not there,
Yeah.
and that variation was not there because of the people who wanted that kind of music, which the owners were giving.
They have to, right? They're
And it
compelled.
was a super successful place. It's just that for me, I am very demanding. And when I used to come here, I used to be the biggest critic. I'm like, nahi, mere se nahi hoga ye.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I remember fast forwarding it 2020 when during COVID I was not flying. I was back in Mumbai doing a few other small things in life, and I meet this guy, and it's 7 in the morning, and we are having a drink, and I'm like, he's like,
7 in the morning.
yeah. I mean, look,
You weren't lying when you said that you liked partying.
I'm a party animal. I love parties. I love hanging out with people. I love to bond with people. And when I was having a drink, I asked him like, "What do you do?" And he said, "I used to own this. I own this place called MH04, and I know you." He told me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm like, "How?" Like, no, no,
Goodness.
we know you. You are the one who comes and always complaining.
criticizing.
I'm like, look. So I explained him my vision, and then he told me, I'm opening this cocktail bar. It didn't have a name that time, and I wish I would have been a part of it, but
Yeah.
I chose not to because of the whole COVID that was happening.
Hmm.
And when he explained me that whole cocktail bar process, I was so impressed. Like, I'm like, dude, even if you can make 80% of this in Thane, you're golden.
So did he have a vision during COVID? Because I know
Yeah.
that ATBAE is open like right now.
Mato Mato opened in October
Acha, correct, yes.
2020. That was like through peak COVID.
Yeah.
And it was also the first cocktail bar of Thane.
Yeah, very beautiful.
And it was very aesthetically nice. The cocktails were amazing. But the vision behind that was something that I knew like 6 months before. And I was like, dude, like I need to learn from this guy. So yeah, of course, that was my journey of inspiration.
Correct.
And just needed that push to get into this field. And then of course it took another 4 years of dealing with like, should I go, should I not go? Because nightclub business is not for me, because nightclub business restricts the audience. I want a place where
Everybody's
my future kid can go play with crayons, or my parents can go eat and have a nice drink. My friends can go and vibe with each other, talk to each other. And that's why the vision of ATBAE was like a base before anyone else. And I always had this image of a place where everyone is invited. Like, you can come in shorts, you can come well dressed, you have aesthetically nice corners where you take pictures, or you can just sit on the table and do nothing.
Yeah, because I've seen that all the family restaurants jo hote, they're not as aesthetic. It kind of gets a little boring also, because I mean, obviously the aesthetic is not there, the vibe is not there, but I can see like with this place, obviously everybody is welcome.
For me, I call this a vibe house.
Yeah.
And the reason why we came with this concept of a vibe house is because this place doesn't fall into a traditional restaurant.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't fall under a club or a lounge or a restro bars, what we call it. The reason of vibe house is because every hour of the time we change the music, we change the ambience, we change the lights, and you will feel different. Like in the afternoon, you have nice natural light,
sunlight and everything. Yeah.
So we have nice toit beers that we pour. In the evening, there's a place where you can chill, reggae music, some house music going on. Then we go into retro. Then the lights dim down, and it's a more of like vibey place. So that's why we came up with this term called vibe house, which apparently is becoming trending.
Yeah.
I was really fascinated with creating something like this. It took us very long time to understand what exactly, because from a nightclub to a vibe house, and Thane accepting that was the biggest challenge, is what I felt through my partner's eyes.
I think the crowd now is changing in Thane. Like the thing is, what? A lot of people open their businesses, but only because the people around are not ready for something like this. Is maybe it doesn't work.
I think Thane was always ready.
Okay.
Thane always had a cream crowd. Thane always had the spending population. It's just that we as Thanekars always underestimated our role in this drinking or eating or dining experience. We always thought that Bastion or Balami, all these big places are way better, and we cannot reach that stage. But since the time we've opened ATBAE, we've been like, the love has been there. We've been like, we've been overshadowed, overpowered, or whatever you call it. People love this place, and I feel we've done justice to Thane, and Thanekars have done justice by showing that much love to us every day. So I will never underestimate Thane. It's we always have that people who will come and eat and party every day. Yeah.
Correct. So, this is one of the businesses that you do, but the main thing that I feel like a lot of the viewers are going to be so intrigued to know your entire journey in aviation, because you have started and you have been a part of the world's best, or you could say ki, as now I have not started into an airline as of yet, But if you ask me, would I go to Jet Airways if tomorrow it opens? I would love to.
Yeah,
Correct.
of
And
course.
you've been a part of Jet. You are now a part of Qatar, and you had another airline in the
Yes.
middle as well. So how has your journey started? Like, has you like this is a common question that everybody asks. Do you always want to become pilot?
I would say yes, because my Atya, she was a crew with Air India,
Okay.
and she was one of the closest family members I had, and
Yeah.
I still have. And again, it was an inspirational journey where when I was a kid, like fifth standard, I used to go meet her. I've seen her pilot friends, the uniform, the vibe, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, I always have chosen things which can inspire others. Flying was also an inspirational, like I still remember, like I grew up in a one room kitchen, you know, like one bedroom kitchen, in a chawl, modern chawl, what you call it. And for us, dreaming of being a pilot was not
Yeah.
acceptable. But of course, I had amazing parents who supported my journey, and I still remember when I decided to be a pilot. Where is the money coming from? You know, like
Yeah.
where
It's
do
a
we get?
huge investment.
So I think we were one of those first. I don't know if many know it. We were one of the first people who got a loan from a bank.
Seriously?
Yeah, one of my friend, she knew someone in one of the banks at a very top level. So we decided to form a like a project. Like, look, this is what we want to do. We want to be pilots. We need like this much amount of
Yeah.
money. Can we get it? Because at that moment it was only engineers and
Yeah,
doctors.
like explaining to a bank कि हमारा कभी salary आने वाला है कब job लगने वाली, it's not fixed कि
More-
flying होते ही
More
हो
than
जाएगा.
that, the biggest challenge was flying for everyone. Like I went to the US. Now US has a 6 months guarantee course. You sweat your blood out in 6 months. You are a commercial
You're
pilot.
done.
You come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
That's what the banks thought. But coming back to India, giving the exams, going back to US again, doing the whole process, no one knew, which takes about 2 years at least. Yeah. So they said, yeah, we'll give you the loan, but after 6 months, your EMI will start.
Yeah,
I said, no, no, no,
yeah,
that's
I
not how it works. Like, we need to do this, this, this. But yeah, I mean, they accepted it and they gave us I still remember 20 months grace. And
good enough period. Yeah.
that's how I decided. Okay, it's we can do it. But I still remember I come back and there is this great recession that happened in 2008.
Yeah.
And no airlines were hiring, and it was a mess. And I was like, did I do a wrong? Was it a wrong judgment call? But we went through it for 1 year. I still remember going to the bank. I said, look, we cannot pay the EMIs because we don't have the money. And they said, no, no. So you have to pay compound interest.
How do you go to a package से मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा भाई?
Yeah, I mean, what else? What
I mean, that was
choice?
the
What
truth,
choice?
right?
I didn't
Yeah,
want to
that
put
was
my
the
parents to a pressure which they could not take. So I
Correct.
just went to the bank. I said, look, we don't have a job, and what can we do? They said, okay, we'll put a compound interest on your loan.
Jesus Christ.
And the loan went to like double the amount, but it was okay. I mean, I still remember 2010, before going to Jet as a pilot, we had to do another type rating, as you know.
I think तभी the typewriting did it go for like 6 months is what I've heard.
No, it was like a 3 month process, but no one knew exactly what type rating was. It was very
Correct,
new in the
correct,
industry.
correct.
So one of the professors I had, he called me one day. It was I think June 2020, 2010. I want you to go for a 737 type rating. I said, I don't have money to pay my EMIs.
Wait, before that, did you
Yeah.
ever have a specific you want to fly a 320 or a 737?
Not
Or
really.
whatever came
Not
you
really.
were
Like,
okay with?
after flying for 15 years, I think both the manufacturers are good in their own way. I've flown both for a very long time. I don't. There is a plus and minus. It's like a BMW versus a Mercedes. You know, you
Both
can
are
keep,
good for what they have
yeah, you
to
can
cater
keep
for.
going on and on and on and on. This is nice. This is bad, but it's a machine. It has its pluses and minuses. I was saying is yeah.
737 rating.
So I went back. I told my dad, like, look, I want to spend more money. My dad is like, dude, like, how?
Yeah.
But again, I mean, his friends out of nowhere stood up for me and like, okay, you go.
Yeah.
We will spend the money for you, and you just do
Wow.
it. Yeah. It's been an amazing journey. Like I truly belong to. I mean, I truly feel that the people around me have really helped me in every process of mine, and with no expectations from me. You know.
I think you've felt a sense of community since the start.
Yeah, and that is why like this. It's all communal.
I
yeah?
was just gonna come
So
to this. Yeah.
they told me, you just go. we'll figure it out. And I still remember August I went for my type rating. When I came back, July I went for my type rating.
2008.
Yeah, 2010.
10.
And when I came back, I had SpiceJet, Air India, and Jet Airways all vouching, and they wanted we did all the interviews, and I had choice. And
So
of
did you
course,
have like 3 LOIs in front of
yeah.
Crazy. You've lived
Air India
all
never
of your
happened.
dreams.
Air India was a distant dream. You know how it is with the whole politics that happened in our country.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to even fly for Air India because I feel I belong to a place where the respect is towards the community. And I don't think Air India has it. Of course, there are so many pilots who work for it, and they might not agree with what I say. But a private company is much better to work with. You have your say. There's no hierarchical, language barriers, and there's no, difference of opinions.
That's what I think a lot of people even now we face in aviation.
Yeah. So of course I chose Jet. I was there till it closed down. It's amazing. It was one of the best airlines in the world, I feel. And but what Jet taught me is to look forward in life, because we were so comfortable in our zone. I mean, 9 years. I think Jet doesn't shut down. No one's gonna go anywhere.
I know.
But when Jet shut down overnight, we were like, wow. Now what? Like there's no better plan.
Yeah,
honestly.
I want to know, there's always been this Jet Airways dream. Like I know when I was a child, I used to travel in Jet Airways so much so. Not that my pilot dream started from there, but I loved the airline, even as a passenger. So how was it as a pilot over there?
It was a dream job. The people were nice. The pilots were nice. The crew was very nice. The passenger profile was very nice.
Again, you felt a sense of community there.
Yeah, I mean, look, we felt respected. I mean, we felt we belonged to that place. And that's when it shut down. For me to take a switch to a Middle Eastern carrier, I was not ready for it.
Okay.
I could not go from a place where it felt home to a place where it'll never feel home.
Never, yeah.
But that was how do you say? That's what we felt at that very moment. So I chose Philippines out of a very vague.
Philippines airline.
Yeah, I moved to this airline called Cebu Pacific.
Yes.
Which was based in Philippines, and all my friends are like, bro, like.
Kahan se jet se tu wahan kahan?
We have Emirates, we have Qatar, we have Sri Lankan airline, Turkish airline. I remember when Jet shut down, about 12 to 13 airlines came for roadshow because it was a pilot strength of 3,000 who needed jobs, including Indigo, who were like really behind. We used to get calls every day, why can't you join? I said, I cannot join because for me, it's not money. For me, it's if I'm happy in a place, I'm happy in a place. If I'm not happy in a place, I just cannot function.
No amount of money can make
it's because money is very it's superficial. I mean, it's very secondary in your life, and I feel it should feel. I mean, I should feel like that the rest of my life. So I said no. I'm gonna go to Philippines. This place called Cebu Pacific. I had no idea, but I'd done a vacation in Philippines, so I knew okay, the people are nice and everything is good. There are islands there. It was amazing. Until COVID, of course. And when COVID struck, again, there was no plan. I'm like, shit, what now? Like, whatever.
So, but when COVID struck, were you no longer working with Cebu Pacific?
No, I was in Philippines, and when COVID happened, I still remember the HR, very senior HR in Cebu Pacific. She was a friend of mine. She was my neighbor. And
neighbor over here or wahan pe?
In Manila.
Okay.
And we were having coffee at 5 p.m. and I asked her like, what's gonna happen? And like, no one knew the intensity or like no one projected how big it's gonna be. And she said, no, said don't worry about it. It's not gonna be like no job losses, no salary cuts, nothing.
Everybody thought that.
And my friends used to call me like, bro, ask her, what's gonna happen. But I never spoke aviation to her. I've never spoken aviation to many people. I think probably this is the first time I'm gonna talk so much aviation. So it was the first time when I was asking her aviation-related questions. And she said, no, nothing's going to happen. And 5 p.m. and at 10:30 p.m. we got a termination letter.
Shit.
Because it was, look, I mean, no one had any choice that time. And I knew like we as expats were very nicely paid and a lot of perks and everything. So they could not afford us sitting in home doing nothing. And they told us like, you have 24 hours if you want to go home, otherwise the borders are going to shut. I said, I cannot leave. Like I have my plants and I have my furniture and everything. So I chose not to go, and then I ended up staying there for 2 months because I just cannot vacate.
leave, no?
Yeah,
20 plus, how do you leave
I
your
just cannot
entire
leave
house?
a place which I created. Like I built that house, you know, and I was very happy there. So I stayed there for 2 months. Then May we had this repatriation flight from Air India. We came back, and then I was like, now what to do? Like
Again, now what to do?
yeah, this was the second time what to do question, and then I was like, okay, I cannot sit home. Let's do something. So I opened up a small. I mean, I did a startup. I was manufacturing this coco pit, which is like a soil replacement for gardening. And then I moved to my native place. In between that, I met my wife now, and she was also retrenched in Qatar. She was a crew, and we said like, let's do something. You know, like we need to do something.
Yeah.
And I go there. I set up my whole factory. My brother, who used to run a water sport agency, he had this. They used to have this small kiosk where they sell this cold drinks and stuff like that. So one vendor came and gave them this Jimmy cocktail. You know, it's a small bottle.
Yeah.
It's a premix.
Yeah.
Then you just add alcohol and it's a cocktail. So he said, "Say ये 99 rupees का है, आप ये इसको 200 में बेच सकते हो." So they purchased a huge amount from him. And when I was there, they knew my love for cocktails and you know, this whole mixology and all that. It's like said, help us, because we have this huge order of Jimmy cocktail, and we cannot sell it because of course the people who are coming for like water sports, they didn't know what Jimmy cocktails is. And I said, okay, let's set up a bar and I will make the cocktails and I'll sell it. So overnight we built up this bar out of nothing, like whatever wood we got, sab idhar udhar gira
You
hua.
made it very tropical.
Yeah, we even named it Beach Tavern, which was very classy. And I remember I used to open up my factory at 7,
Yeah.
go to the bar at 9. Me and my wife now, we used to run it for 4 hours. We sold like even Nimbu Pani for $40. But those 4 weeks were amazing. We sold the whole thing.
Yeah.
My friends and my brother was really happy. And then after that, we are like, okay, now it's time.
Ab thoda,
Yeah, then this whole second wave happened of Omicron. And we had to, you know, take a break from our production because it was very serious. Omicron or Delta, I don't remember. One of the, I think Delta, which really hit like India big time.
Yes.
So we shut down the factory for a few months. I came back to Bombay. That's when I met my partner now and my friends now. And yeah, man, I was home for 2 years. I rejoined Cebu Pacific, but I rejoined this time with a mindset that I need to come closer to India.
Correct.
Because that's when my dream of owning a restaurant actually started cultivating, because I was with these people and I saw them running the place through COVID, which is, I think, the worst or the most challenging aspect of hospitality. Like so many restaurants shut down, having a nightclub running through that. That is the day when I decided that I need to do business with these boys, because
there's something which is still running even
like, look, they're hardworking, they're passionate, and they're dedicated towards that journey of what they have decided.
Correct.
Not just like letting go of things that they have created because it's going to be a financial hit or it's going to be tough times. Like I want to be working with someone who is following his vision during the tough times.
Yeah.
Because when the times are good, everybody does it. But when the times are very bad, which was COVID, all their restaurants were running. Like they were taking a massive hit, but they kept it running. They kept it running. They didn't let the staff go. They were taking care of the staff, and I was looking at it, like, because I was not flying, so I had a 24/7. You know, how do you say, like a
watch. You keep
like for me, I was like the moment I met them. My logic when we became friends was that they are my future business partners, and it took me like 3-4 years
to realize that.
Like, look, they for me, staying in Doha, which eventually later happened, because when I moved to Philippines, I moved with, as I told you, I moved with an idea that I have to come closer to home. And my wife was working with Qatar, and when I actually started thinking about Qatar Airways and talking to the people who were my best friend from aviation, Kujan. He was working for Qatar for a very long time. I remember when Jet shut down, we decided, okay, you go to Qatar, I'll go to Philippines. जो अच्छा रहेगा हम लोग switch करेंगे.
हाँ, बाद में we'll see,
and then I spoke to him and he was like really happy. He was with his family. His kid was going to a very nice school. House was beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
nice cars, expensive stuff, and the whole logic was he was happy.
The airline really
So
was.
he pushed me, come to Qatar Airways. My wife, girlfriend that time, pushed me, take Qatar Airways, and that's when I decided, okay, if I go to Qatar, I can then eventually get my dream, which was to own a hotel or a restaurant or whatever you call it. So I then started, like working towards it. Then I joined Qatar in 2023, and when I joined, that was it. Like, I told my friends, hey, look, I want to get into this, but not a nightclub. Like, we need to do something bigger.
A little bit more different, or can be like an amalgamation of a lot of things.
More than different, I just, as I told you before, I needed a place which feels home. If you come here on an average Sunday, there are like uncles sitting with sunglasses and having a crisp beer. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the biggest satisfaction you get as an owner.
Correct.
Because look, we are in a warehouse. I mean, we
Yeah.
are in a compounded. It's a compound. It's not on the highway.
Yeah.
It's an area which was termed as a nightclub area.
Yeah.
And what we felt is when I pitched my friends, "Ki, look, we need to change this. How much of family is going to come?" Which originally was about 10% in MH04. How much of that 10% is going to change? Because if that audience is not going to change, there's
Yeah.
no point of creating something
Correct.
for them. Then might as well upgrade a perfectly set business, which was
Yeah.
MH04.
Yeah.
Let's just upgrade it into a modern
proper-
club,
yeah.
and it's going to run for another 8 years. So that was the easier choice. The difficult choice was to prove to Thane that, look,
This can also be
Yeah.
there, and the outcome can.
and trust me, since the time we've opened, I think 80% of my audience or my the people that come, their families. And the families, when I say families, they're like families of 12, 14, 8-year-old grandmom coming, enjoying the place, telling us how good it is. A 12-year-old kid coming, we have like lots of books, lots of
Yeah.
games. They're enjoying, the parents are enjoying, and that's the biggest satisfaction for
Yeah.
me. Like, when I see that, taking that tough decision and changing a perfectly set business and making something elevated, like, this is a vision that was very risky, like.
Correct.
uh,
I mean, I see like you have a library upstairs.
Yeah.
When the first time, I know it's so true. Like, for you, what I've felt is like how much of you've told me till now is that you've always, since the beginning, have felt a sense of community, and that's why this place also happened, because you were like, I want to cater back.
I was born and brought up in a modern chawl
Yeah.
where
Everybody's there in the same.
where
square
like
feet.
it's a common balcony,
Yeah.
and there are like 50 houses in one building, and everyone is at everyone's house. Everyone's at everyone's home.
Yeah.
There's no barriers. Like, you don't have to ring a bell. You just open the door and go.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to create here. Like, I don't want to tell someone you are not invited, or you're not well dressed enough,
Yeah.
or
You're not good
your kids
enough for
cannot
this
come,
place,
or
yeah.
uncle will feel very loud, the music. So these barriers I wanted to remove, because as an owner, your satisfaction belongs into seeing the whole the variation in crowd, not just teenagers coming and partying, or not just like millennials coming and or Gen Zs coming and partying, but I want the baby boomers, like what we call our parents.
Yeah.
I wanted them to come and enjoy. Like, I still remember since 2010, every time I go partying, my dad would ask me like, "Where are you going?" "Ah, I'm going here," and I could never invite him.
Yeah.
But now, when we are at ATBAE, like, come on, my dad comes and enjoys. My mom loves it. My mom is very indoor kind of a person because she runs her NGO. We
Okay.
take care of 100+ dogs and cats for last 19 years.
Wow.
We feed them. We take care of everything, neuter, vaccinations, everything. And she is into that. For her to come out of her comfort zone and going into a restaurant needs a lot of efforts.
Yeah.
But when she came on my opening day, she was so happy. She was having the cocktail, she was having the pizza, and that is happiness.
It is. And I'll tell you, I have felt the sense of a good host from you the second I walked in, the first day that I had come here. Like, it's just a very small story. I was coming here to meet one of my friends, but for whatever reason, they were a little late, and I did not know you at
Yeah.
all. And I just came up and I was like, "Oh, you're that guy." I still remember that
Yeah.
interaction of us, and from being strangers, complete strangers, to now, you hosted me that day so well till I was, accompanied with my friends. Ever since that time, every time if any friend of mine says, "Arey, I'm coming to Thane, where do you want to meet?" Usually before it used to be like a cafe, कि चलो
Yeah.
बाहर मिलते हैं for some time cafe में, but now I'm always like, we have to come here. It's a beautiful place. Any sort of vibe that you expect, maybe like a nice brunch that you might soon
Yeah.
start, or any sort of vibe, I get it over here. So I get that. This sense of hosting, has it always been in you?
Actually, the reason why I thought that hosting people should be a very big aspect of your journey in hospitality. Every time I used to go to a restaurant or a bar or a club, if an owner comes and talks to you,
Yes,
it makes a difference.
it does.
As a kid or as a teenager or as a early 20s or teen, whatever you call it, we used to always be like fascinated, like, oh wow, he's the owner of the place and he's coming and talking to us. Like, wow, like, we feel so special. And I always felt that special feeling, and I always used to go and talk to the owners of the place or the main manager of the place to understand their vision. So when this happened for me, it was like, okay, you need to go and ask people how they feel.
Yeah.
And when you tell them that you own this place or you have managed to create this place, they really feel like, okay,
Yeah.
this is home, because this guy has come and spoken to us
Correct.
personal level, and now we have to come back here again.
I know.
I just feel like is maybe not absolutely right, but when an owner speaks to you, you feel like coming back to that
It
place
does.
because it
I
just
did.
feels close. It feels
does.
like, okay, this is a
You
close.
feel included.
Exactly. It's not like an owner is sitting in the corner on a table somewhere
Yeah.
and you're seeing from far away. I think ye iska
ये
owner
owner हो
hai.
सकता
हाँ,
है, हाँ,
with
हाँ,
like a
हाँ.
big bottle and
I know,
like
I know.
5-6 people around him, and feeling that sense of like, wow,
Correct.
I'm the owner of the place. No, you should belong on the floor. You should belong with people who have actually come for you to your place, enjoying, and you should go and speak to them. You should go have a drink with them maybe, and you vibe with them, and that's when actually your place stands out.
Correct.
Not when you are in a corner with a VIP table and everyone is looking at like, wo corner
ये
mein,
कौन
yeah.
है, yeah.
No, it doesn't work like that. For me, it doesn't work like that. And even when we have multiple outlets of ATBAE, which is the plan very soon, we will always be these grounded people who created this.
No, even I've like that time, last time also when I saw you were actually running around everywhere catering to, everybody, if
Yeah.
they need anything, if they want anything, if there are any feedbacks or suggestions. And I think that caters to a lot of hosting.
Honestly, I feel like my partners work very hard
Yeah.
because I live in Doha and I get to come here maybe 4-5 times a month,
How do
4-5
you
days a
manage
month.
that?
I manage
Somehow
between
you
flights.
do.
I do long flights. I come here, like I've just landed today morning and I did a US flight yesterday. But I'm at 100% energy because I'm so looking forward to the New Year's
Correct.
and helping my partners, because see, these are my friends. Now I cannot make them work every day. So
Yeah.
as much as I can, when I come here, I want to give my 100%. I want to be that guy who is helping my partners. I don't want to be that guy who is only asking my partners what's the number. So that is why whenever I come here, I have to be a part of the journey. I have to be on the floor. I have to help them.
Correct.
Because they are the ones who are time in every day, coming here, working, going back home, working. Like they can also sit home, do nothing, because we have managers for it. But they feel that it's required.
It is required.
We all feel that we all should be here. We all should be looking after hospitality and guest relations, and that's why for me it's tough. Sometimes I feel fatigued, but it's okay. I see the bigger picture, and for me, this is my dream. It's my passion. So I push, and I will continue pushing. I don't think it's a problem.
It is not. So
As long as I'm legal for flying. I mean, of
Yeah,
course,
as long as the main
lot of
thing is
your
not
viewers
getting-
are pilots, so of course I'm legal
Yeah.
all the time. I keep my rest. I
Yeah.
go one day before to Doha before my flight.
Correct.
We have a very strict policy for that, and we follow that. But as much as I can, I bid for days off. I bid for long flights. I bid for some off time between. All my vacation leaves this year have been for ATBAE. I've not done any vacations. We've been just working towards this goal, and I think I feel happy doing that, because since the time we opened, man, it's been amazing. The journey has been amazing. Yeah.
So, like, do you think because you love your job so much? Because I have a following question which I ask, everybody who's catering to so many different things. Like, recently only we had a podcast where we podcasted a woman, and she is a mother of a 10-year-old, and she also has this big company, and there are clients that she needs to meet morning se leke sham tak. And my favorite question to ask people who have so many different things to cater to, like you also, do you believe there's something known as work life balance? Do you need
Yes,
it?
I believe in it because it's really important.
Yeah.
Like before, actually, I did not do it. I mean, I still remember I
You
used
were
to
only
fly.
working.
I was flying, then I was taking care of my father's business. But for me, even my partner say like I've got unlimited energy in me. You know, like I can do a flight, come here, work, and then go and then work again. So yeah, I mean now it's slightly tough. See, work and work and life cannot be 50-50 at any given stage of your life.
Correct.
Uh, During COVID, it was 100% life and zero work. Now it's probably 80% work and 20% life. As long as your partner understands that variation, I think you're okay.
But like, do you also believe that because you love your work so much, it could be flying, it could be ATBAE and various other businesses, that you don't really consider as work, and that's why it's a little bit more easier to manage as well?
Yeah, I believe in that because even now, like my wife is with me. She's
Yeah.
come. We're gonna spend the New Year's in ATBAE, of course, with all my friends, my partners, my family. My family members are coming. They have booked like different tables, so I'm gonna be interacting with all of
Yeah.
them. So I never felt ATBAE as work.
Yeah, exactly.
ATBAE was
Yeah.
never work, but the time that I have to invest in ATBAE, Qatar, and the travel in between, that's the whole thing is a lot. And then having time for my personal life, I still feel bad. Like I have friends who have not contacted for 3 months, 2 months. But the thing is, those are friends. They would
Yeah.
understand after 6 months
do,
also.
exactly.
And if you have those people in your life, I don't think work-life balance play a major role in your life.
Correct.
It only plays a major role in your life if your partner or your friends are the ones who will not understand you. And last time I was here for 5 days, I didn't see my parents at all, and they are my neighbors. So I only see them when I'm pressing the lift button. I'm like, hey, मैं शाम को आ रहा हूँ, you know. And then I cannot go in the evening, and my mom will ask me like, oh, आज lunch पे क्या करेगा? And I said, I cannot. Like right now, my mom was cooking. I said, look, I cannot come for lunch. I have this. Then I have meetings, and then we need to plan New Year's, and then tomorrow we can have lunch. And she's like, okay, whatever, you know.
She's understanding that.
Yeah. Then she's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna send you a dabba in the afternoon. I said, okay, cool. So if
Is
you
it that same prawns curry?
no, it's
Last
not prawns
time.
curry this time. It's something vegetarian, but it's nice. Yeah, you remember like last
I
time
remember
she
the
made
prawns
prawns
curry.
curry and
Yeah,
send
yeah, yeah.
prawns rice and send it to everyone because we were not able to go home. So if you have such parents or if you have such partner or if you have such friends in your life, work-life balance
Doesn't really come much.
it's not relevant
Yeah.
because
That's a good way.
in see look, you're putting efforts in your work to have a better life.
Yeah.
So, and you will only like, no one was born with a silver spoon. Like I was not born, and whatever I've created, my father's support, my mom's support, but you have to work for it. I mean, you can be very comfortable in your zone where you're earning good sum of money being a pilot.
Yeah.
But what next? Like, you know, are you going to be that person who dreams bigger? And of course, I'm that kind of a person. And now that you dream big, you really have to put that much efforts because flying is always first. It always will be first,
Yeah.
but it cannot be the last.
Yes.
And I have seen that, and I've realized that going through 2 job losses with no fault of mine. Jet Airways shutting down, all of a sudden
All
COVID happened.
circumstantial.
Yeah, that's when I realized, like, look, without an aviation job, we are a peon. You know, like we have no designation.
Yeah.
Like a doctor, if one hospital shuts, can go to other hospital.
Yeah, but it's not
An
the same
engineer,
as
one
that.
job to other job is switching is like this. But in India with 1.5 billion people, we have 3 airlines. Third, I don't even consider. It's so small. Where are the jobs? Like I've seen so many people who are without jobs.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people who are struggling to get a job, who have a job. How do you say, like a joining letter, but
Yeah.
they're sitting home for 7-8 years.
They are. Yeah.
It's
Lot of my friends are correct.
the corruption that our country faces and the politics that our country face. that's when I realized, like, that's what made me realize that this cannot be a last job, because when you're flying, but when you're not flying, what else do you have? So you need something, and an empty mind is a devil's workshop. So for me, work-life balance is having something more than aviation.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have a job, you can still be sane.
Correct.
You can still look forward to doing something else. Because the day you lose a job, and which is very heavy in India, because the airline shut like it's a Udupi shop. Uh, what else? Then you have nothing.
Yeah.
And we being Asians, unfortunately, we don't have that kind of a job scope abroad. Like Europeans will not hire us, Americans will not hire us, the Chinese will not hire us. That leaves us with a Middle Eastern segment or a Southeastern segment, and that will only hire you if you have a particular amount of hours. Like if you have that experience, yes. If you don't have, at 1,000 hours, a first officer, airline shut down, he has no job.
Yeah.
So now what do you do in that situation? You know, where is the work-life balance coming from? Because now it's going to be 100% life and zero work with no money.
Correct.
So yeah. So I feel that every aviator in India should look forward to having something more
than aviation.
It can be money related, or it can be your just a habit or a hobby, so that when you lose a job for no fault of yours, or something happens, God forbid, you have something to look forward. Yeah.
I mean, I think, that's the thing about aviation, that like, even when I was discussing this before, it's not always that it's on you. If you were sick or you didn't fly well, that's why tumhari job hai, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's circumstantial. A lot of things come into play, and this is what I was discussing with you before as well. That when people sometimes ask me that, okay, fine, you're a pilot, so now why are you podcasting? If you're a pilot, then why are you doing this or that or whatever
Yeah.
it is? I don't understand this whole culture, but I think it is a little bit there in India, that it is always an or culture. Ye to ye, nahi to wo. It's not like you can do this and that and this. But how I see it is that aviation demands a certain sort of mindset.
Yeah.
Correct. But when you come to a place like this, and all of your businesses, like I've said before, is so much more about creation, it's so much more about imagination, it's so much more about looking at the broader perspective for the long run. How does that mental switch for you happen?
Look, I'll say something. We as pilots,
Yeah.
we have a massive ego.
Yeah.
We feel we are top of the food chain, which we are not.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, out of our uniform, we are nothing.
Correct.
And the reason why this whole creation aspect comes from, my father is an architect. He's an artist. We do all this. For me, I feel that investing your mind into something apart from aviation, like if you see an ordinary pilot earns a lot of money, his life is only aviation. He comes home, talks aviation. He goes to flying, talks aviation. He talks aviation or drinks. He talks aviation or food. Once they don't have that topic, he has nothing to talk to. I mean, he has absolutely no idea how to fit in that group without an aviation background.
Correct.
So for me, growing up, I've grown up with my school friends. None of them were from aviation background. I've grown up with people who did not belong in aviation background. I still am friends with people who don't belong in aviation background. None of my partners belong in aviation background. So for me, I've had that variation. I've had that variation of ideas. I've had the variation of talking different things in life, to know people more than their job or their career. So that really makes a difference. That's where this whole creativity and thinking out of the box comes from, because it's all about how you grow up.
Correct.
If you grew up in an aviation home,
All you would maybe know is aviation.
yeah, you will only be restricted. That cocoon of aviation will exist around you. But for me, who had no aviation background apart from my auntie, my parents had no idea what aviation is, or my friends had no idea what. So I always had that life outside my uniform. Like when I came back, I used to talk about my dad's work with him, or my mom's this whole NGO thing, or my sister's a lawyer. I would talk with her what she's doing, what cases. Then I have my engineering friends, I have my hospitality friends, owners of the restaurants, so many variations. That variation when you have in your life, it will give you the creative side.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, if you surround yourself with only
Only a
aviation
certain sort
people,
of people,
you will
yeah.
only be confined to this aviation topic, and then there's no imagination. You're
It's
just
true.
doing that one thing every day, one thing
You're
every day.
thinking, waking up, eating
Yeah,
aviation.
we
Yeah.
feel that aviation, like I also felt it myself कि हम लोग इतना varied operations करते हैं, रोज अलग लोगों को मिलते हैं और रोज अलग flights करते हैं, and man, we are like thinking out of the box, but no, like we are doing the same job.
Yeah.
It's a different destination, it's different face, that's it. But we are doing the same, we are pushing the same buttons, we are doing the same thing, maybe 10% variation, 20% variation, but you are not utilizing your life to full potential, because you are just giving your entire life to one
certain amount of job.
yeah, a job or a society, whereas there's so much more. So I feel yeah, it's very important that people feel that there is a need of doing more.
Correct.
Than just flying. And I've seen people who are about to retire in aviation struggling.
They maybe now don't know what to do because they've identified themselves
Yeah.
as pilots or with the aviation so much that now they're like, okay, now we can't
Yeah,
fly
like
because of the
they've
age.
flown 30, 35, 40 years of their life.
Yeah. And now what?
Their whole life, yeah. And then when they have to retire, they don't know where to go, because there is no other society that you can fit into. So I don't want to be a part of that. I want to be someone who's relevant in a lot of other things, and that's exactly why I am in these fields or scenarios, so that you'll never feel left out.
Yeah.
You'll never feel left out. I can sit in any group and I can talk their language. That's what is more important for me. I don't have to sit in a group and then wait. Oh, ये लोग कभी मेरे से aviation का
के
बात
बारे में,
करेंगे, so then
हाँ.
I can boast, oh, you know what,
I know,
I'm a
I know, I
pilot,
know.
मैं ये flight किया, मैं इधर से आया, मैं उधर से आया, मैं इतने साल fly किया. No, I can just sit with anyone and I can just talk their
Mold
language,
into
because I
that,
know all
correct.
of that also. So if I sit with my partners, we hardly, like, they just ask me, which flight did you do? Okay, yeah, okay, and that's it. And that's the end of aviation.
That's correct, because a lot of times, even when I'm speaking to my friends, again, now when you're getting into the airlines, you have to be a little bit in with the aviation people more to know the insides, what's happening, kya karna hai, all, because you're still exploring the
Yeah.
aviation world.
Yeah, true.
Once you're in the airline, once you've put your foot into a common ground, which is maybe a certain airline, okay, now you know that you can be your own individual person. But it's so true, because sometimes when I'm speaking to my friends as well, which I won't deny, 90% of them are into aviation. And because of how demanding the today is, my interaction is more with them.
Yeah.
My friends who have nothing to do with aviation, it's been a while since I've had an interaction with them, and you've
Yeah.
reminded me to today call them.
Yeah.
Maybe. वो होता है यार, when I'm sit with them also, I'm like, यार कुछ और बात करो, मैं aviation का सुन के थोड़ा पक गई हूँ. Like,
Yeah.
let's talk about something new, something more interesting about life.
Yeah.
I know aviation is there and we speak that language every day, but something more important, something more this thing. But with you, I feel like everything that you've done now, like for example in ATBAE, because as pilots we have to be very precise, looking into the nitty-gritties of everything. You're very good, and wahan pe bhi, like crew management, the CRM that we talk about,
Yeah.
that plays a role here also.
Of course.
Because I have seen this place around. Everything, every small bit is catered to by you.
Yeah.
And over here, the creative process of everything, attending to people, that helps you maybe when you are sitting in the cockpit to attend to the passengers as well.
Yes.
So I think both of them go hand in hand.
Look, it's all about, like, this famous term called delegation, in
Yeah,
aviation.
yeah.
Like, you delegate things, this and that. So I feel even with ATBAE, me and my partners, we've been successful in delegating responsibilities to amongst us, or
Yeah.
towards our managers, or towards our floor supervisors. So I feel this has become a beautiful baby, is because, as you said, CRM and all those hospitality, like my friends, one of my partner, rather two of my partners, they are into they're chefs. So they have also learned this hospitality and CRM and all that. And when I talk to them, they understand that, what, this is important. So we have now a fixed situation where every partner is attending a different job, like a role in this
Yeah.
in this restaurant. but at the same time, if someone has not been able to do it, he's delegating it to others. So I think, of course, that aviation knowledge and being a chef, my partners, that knowledge is coming and helping us a lot. Like I still remember, like when I call my GRE, I'm in touch with her even when I'm flying or something. Hey, how much was the count? We need this the target, we need that target. Then I message my friend like, bro, like what's happening? Yeah, it's all good. We are doing this. We are creating that. So that communication is now more fluid.
Yeah.
Which I feel as an Indian society, we are always we always have that barrier. Like the communication between us is never fluid. Like my friends, my European friends or something like that. I used to live in Philippines, and when we used to go on vacations and all that, if he meets another Spanish person, he's just going to go and talk to them, and within like 10 minutes they're friends.
Yes, I've seen that.
But if we meet Indians abroad, they'll just look away.
Yeah.
Like, oh, tu Indian hai, tu dur rahe, because mere ko,
the European
yeah, exactly. I want that European vibe, which I have never understood. Like, if we are the biggest population in the world, if we stick together,
yeah,
we are the most respected society, but we disrespect our own nationality.
The problem is lying with us, within us. Yeah.
So that is the biggest problem, and I think that communication is so important. And I keep pushing. I tell my partners also, like, we need to communicate, because that's when closeness happen.
Yeah.
And that's when that barrier is lifted. Like, you talk to something, if you talk to someone every day, if you talk wrong things also, they are not relevant anymore.
Correct.
Because that person has spoken a lot of right things in that 6-7 days. But if you talk to one person like once a week, and if it's a wrong thing, that person is going to remember that for the entire week.
Correct.
So I feel that the communication between us as Indians is improving. I feel it's way improving, but we really have to stop thinking that we are the important or we have this massive fan following and we are rich or something like that. My friends, Europeans who are way more with lesser money, their friends and their bonding is much better. Even Asians, other Asians also. Like, I see, like, Malaysians always hanging out with each other. Chinese are always hanging out with each other. Filipinos are always hanging with each other. But Indians, we ourselves as of now don't know where we belong.
Correct.
Like, do we want to belong with us, or we want to belong in a European society where we can show that, oh, mere 10 European dost hai, aur tere kitne hai?
Yeah, that's become a new flex, I feel.
Yeah, I think, and it's a very wrong culture to go, because why? Of course, I have a lot of European friends, I have a lot of American friends, I have a lot of Asian friends, but I always keep my Indian friends first, because we are Indians.
Yeah.
We need to stick with each other, and which I see these college kids who go to US or who go to Europe, at the age of 18, and then in couple of years they already have this accent. In couple of months, they have an European.
For 6 months, they come back and they have.
They have an European accent, the way they talk, what they eat, and they completely forget our culture.
Roots,
and it's not going to help you, because when you come back to India, you have no one.
This is the real life.
And yeah, exactly. And especially, like, when you lose a job or when you lose your life, because it's a temporary life. You work in Europe, you can work in America, but when things go bad, you have to come back to your roots. And your parents, they are not used to that culture of yours. So when they see you acting all Western, it's not good, because they're the ones who have born and bought.
And then there are fights because not me, but like they'll be like, oh, but your parents are not understanding, or that's not life, that's not culture, you're overreacting, or whatever it is.
Gen Zs, today's Gen Z population, I'm very scared. Like, when I have my own child, I don't want that person to be what they are now. And our parents are to be blamed, because they have a huge pocket money. The parents are busy in their life. They are working. They hardly interact. Everything is on WhatsApp or an Instagram post. It's not like before, when I used to sit with my mom or dad. There was no social media. There was no, and I'm not that old. I'm just talking like this, 10 years back. But the influence of social media did not exist in the 90s culture, where explained ourselves where we are going wrong to our parents. कि मेरे को ये grade, why did I get bad numbers?
Yeah.
And you had to speak personally, and you had that sense of attachment to your parents.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's WhatsApp, hey mom, I got like 50 marks. I'm sorry, but I'm in
and
the
then
school.
there's assumptions कि it's because you did this or that. There's no communication.
Now we've reached a point where you cannot interact face to face because it's all through WhatsApp and through text. So I feel that the Gen Zs in today's world are going to a very wrong direction, and it's only going to hurt them because look, when you detach yourself from the society, when you need them, no one's going to be there for you.
Yeah.
So I feel like my culture, which was the 90s, and I grew up through the whole 90s culture.
The best lived culture yet.
Where I saw what a website was, or what a PC was, and when Facebook Orkut came to life, no one knew what social media was, and my parents had wanted to learn that. So we've gone through that culture where we have been with each other, and then also seen this other side of it. And I've lived in most of like last 7 years. I've been outside India, but I still love being here. It's amazing, and the more we respect our culture, trust me, you're going to be more happy.
Correct.
Yeah.
So with all the things that you've said now, it's not like it's I don't have a contradictory question, but if I have to ask you with maybe would you prefer, like not prefer, the Indian airlines or the working culture in India is much better, or now that you stay in Qatar, you live in Doha right now, what do you think? What's your opinion on that? Because I feel people are so much, this Middle East culture is coming in so much with us. What's your opinion on that?
I don't think it's completely true. Middle Eastern culture is very chill.
Yeah.
I have stayed there for almost 2 years now. It's very friendly environment, but it's very professional environment, which we in India are not used to. Like I worked in Jet for 9 years. You were okay coming late, slightly late because of traffic, or because of your transport not coming, or because of many other reasons, or you being called for a last minute flight.
Yeah.
All those things don't exist there.
Okay.
It's a very professional environment. Your reporting is this, you have to be there.
Whatever, come what may, you have to be.
Now if you don't come, yes, okay, they might listen to you the first time, but if it's an habitual thing, that's it, you're done. Whereas in India, because we have a lot of factors to blame on, and they're legitimate factors, but it matters in India, but not abroad. I mean, this is your job. You do it whatever you want to do, the way you want to do it. You have to come 1 hour before reporting. That's your problem. So I like this culture more because it's defined.
Yeah.
Like, this is your job role. This is what you have to do. No less, no more.
Yeah.
There is no last minute calling, sir, aap ye bhi flight kar lo, wo bhi kar lo. No. You are in your rights to just not even pick up the phone, because this is my duty. This is what I'm catered for, and this is what I'll do. No one's going to force you. No one's going to call you on your off day and no. They take their rest very seriously. This pilot is off, it's off. Then whatever, even if the airline goes down crashing, they're not going to call you. They might send you, and if it's very, very, very bad, they might send you an email. Look, we are looking for pilots. Are you okay with it?
Will you be able to?
Which I don't think ever will happen in India, because either to phone karo, or I mean, I have so many aviation friends who still work in India. Firstly, we are not paid well for the work role we have. Of course, a lot of people in our society feel that pilots are very heavily paid.
That's what I get.
But I don't agree to that. We've invested a lot of money. We've invested a lot of time into this. We burn our body clock way faster than who's sitting on a desk doing 9 to 5 job. I'm sorry, but one US flight and they talk about jet lag. Sorry. One flight and they talk jet lag. Dude, I just clocked 830,000 kilometers last year. That's flying.
I saw, yes,
and then if you add the travel that I've done to India, I think it's about 1 million kilometers.
Oh, shit.
Why are we not talking fatigue and jet lag? No, we are talking aviation, because we are here to serve you. And that's why we get so much money. That's why we are paid so high, is because we are doing things which you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, sit in the cockpit for 12 hours and then you would know what challenges are, So I don't feel at all that pilots are overpaid. I think we are paid as per what we deserve. And so coming back to this, I feel that I prefer the Middle Eastern culture, or even the Southeastern culture, like Philippines. We used to call each other by pet names, like we never had this sir and ma'am and this and that.
That culture is there in India a lot.
It will always be there, because we have this whole image around us that we pilots are gods. We are not. We are just another person. It's just that because we are well paid in a society which don't have that much of money in the other other parts of careers, we feel that, oh, we belong in the top food chain. But no, I'm sorry. You go to a Western country and you will know that you're earning as much as what others do. In Philippines, a teacher would earn as much as a pilot, and we were well paid. But
so you can only imagine the teacher.
Yeah, we were well paid. We were amazingly paid. But at the same time, a teacher who had come to teach in schools, she was paid as much as me. She had a house which is as big as mine. So this no one sees. It's not the pilots are overpaid in India. It's the other people who are underpaid in India. And that's because of the availability that's there. And that's because the investment is less.
That's a very good relation that you've taken on.
Yeah. So you come to Middle East, okay, you can afford a Porsche, or you can afford a Beamer, or you can afford a Mercedes. Then you see other person driving a Lamborghini. It puts you in your place that I'm sorry, we are not well paid. I mean, we are not extra paid or overpaid. We are just paid for what we deserve. And this side of life is what others should see. This side of life, when you go in uniform, when people come fly a first class or a business class, that passenger profile, that's what will make you realize you're so small or so insignificant in this world or this journey. And that's what will make you feel that you need to do much more. You need to do much more. You need to be more significant. You need to be relevant in this field. You need to be known by doing few more things in life. And that's what I truly feel, that I feel the Western Middle Eastern airlines respect or value the pilots way more than the Indian airlines. Yes.
That's amazing. Yeah. To end this segment, I would definitely like to have a quick rapid fire.
Sure.
And then I have another question.
Sure.
Which is going to cater, because I have seen that people in general, and also aviation, like I am in aviation, but still I want to know from a airline pilot's perspective, what has been one of your most, either it could be like a scariest flight, or did that change your perspective of aviation? One flight, such flight.
I can tell you the flight, but I cannot tell you the details of it, because it might just go against me. But yeah, I mean, I've had a flight where we had a fail engine in or the ocean somewhere in this world.
That's the worst thing that could happen.
Yes, and we had to do all the things that are required, and then we had to divert to a city which no one knew, and we were stuck there for 5 days while the airplane got completely remade. But that's what tells you that what you're paid is what you deserve. Is at that very moment, none of my passengers knew what happened. When we landed, they were all very happy, and then they took another flight and they left, whereas we were stuck in that place for 5 days. But these are the things what you get paid for, and it happens once in 10 years to 20 years. A failure of an engine, but it's okay.
It's part of
it's your training. It's your training that caters a very important aspect at that time. And the thing that I would like to say, as a pilot against any other field, it's the only it's the only job where you can do 99 right things, but you will be called for that one wrong thing that you do. Whereas any other job where you will be praised for that one good thing that you've achieved against the 99 things you have not achieved. So that is the biggest difference between a pilot versus any other field. And you can name anything. It's not going to change.
That's true.
It's not going to change, because at that very moment when we had this emergency going on, the only thought process in my life was that one thing should not go wrong.
Yeah,
You
because
are
you have
doing
only
everything.
one
Yeah, you're doing
chance.
everything right,
Yeah.
but one wrong thing, and
Yeah.
yes, tomorrow you'll be called to the office and like, why didn't you not do this?
Or maybe you might not even
Yeah.
survive.
Yeah, you save multi-million-dollar airplane, you save a lot of lives, but this is something that you did not do, which you should have done, and which does not happen in any other field. I mean, maybe doctors, yeah, but not most of the fields. So, yeah, that was my incident some time
No,
back.
but that that has to be one of the scariest, yeah, because even like when I was also questioned, when you, why is there so much training given to us in general?
Yes.
Because if you go to see, okay, fine, our training gets, when you compare to maybe somebody who's doing MBBS, which goes for 8 years or so, our training is short, yes, but it is so intense.
Yeah.
And we are not trained. Okay, we know how to cruise a flight, but our training is not catered to how to smoothly cruise a flight. It's about all of these emergencies that
Yes.
can happen any second.
Look, like we get every 6 months, we are in the box doing these
again.
engine failures and fires and flaps and this and that, and we always feel like, why are we doing this? Like,
Yeah.
but the day when it happens, that's
when it
when
kicks
you
in.
actually believe, oh, okay, because I did this few months back, it's in my muscle memory, how we have to go through it. And that's why as a pilot, your studies never stop. Like you have
They
to keep
never do,
studying, you
they
have to
never
keep
do.
studying, you have to keep studying, because
Correct.
we don't have a second choice. We don't have a second airline.
Yeah.
So I feel that, yeah, that's my. I've had multiple other issues,
Correct.
but this was the biggest one. Yeah.
So to end this podcast, which was very, very exciting, the last segment is a rapid fire.
All right.
Okay, I love doing this. Chalo. Sunrise takeoff or a sunset landing?
Sunrise takeoff.
Glare nahi aata is aankhon pe?
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful?
Yeah.
Okay. Autopilot or hand flying?
Autopilot.
After so many years, I think it has to be
Yeah.
autopilot. Okay. Airbus side stick or a Boeing yoke? Because you've flown
Airbus
both.
side stick.
Crazy. Smooth landing or an on-time arrival?
Smooth landing.
Okay. Short haul turnarounds or a long haul layovers?
Long haul layovers. Always.
The one that you're gonna have for 12
Yeah,
hours?
only do long haul layovers. I don't believe in this short haul flight.
Okay. Window seat passenger or a nervous flyer? Which one do you like? I mean, if you had to fly.
I like the window seat passengers because they're really fascinated about aviation and they take all these videos and all that. So I love happy passengers.
Okay. A coffee before flight or after landing? We need both.
A coffee before flight, during flight, and after flight.
Landing.
I love coffees. Yeah.
Okay. Do you like a ATC voice that you can trust or the silent skies?
Silent skies.
Okay. Checklist lover or a memory master?
It's tough, but memory master. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Are you calm under pressure or you are controlled by adrenaline?
I am calm under pressure, which a lot of people will not agree. No, but
I couldn't have assumed
in
this about you.
aviation, yes, I'm very calm under pressure. In my life outside aviation, I'm a very hypersensitive material.
I know that. Okay. Do you trust your training or your instinct?
Instincts.
But I
Of
think
course.
instinct comes with training.
Yeah, of course. Instinct comes with trainings, but there are a lot of situations where you have to be street smart.
Yeah.
And trainings are just
By the book.
Yeah, it's a support system.
Correct. Captain vibes, do you like it quiet or a person who's maybe talking to you a lot?
Talkative, man.
Yeah, because you're one of them. I don't know how anybody sits silent.
I
when you
even
have
make
flight.
the most introvert person extrovert within a couple of hours.
I can only imagine. Safety first or scheduled second?
Safety first.
Always. Okay. Precision or adaptability?
Adaptability.
Okay. And I have a last question for you.
Okay.
If you had to summarize your life right now, okay, could be as an airline pilot or could be in general, how would you summarize it? Maybe in like 2-3 words.
Born as a very simple person. Very fancy right now.
That could be a very nice catchy phrase for our podcast as well. I am so glad that I had this talk with you because you have given me a lot of insights as well, because how I see aviation right now, and you are 15 years ahead of me in terms of aviation, and I love a very bright new perspective.
Yeah.
So thank you for being on this podcast.
Thank you so much for hosting.
And do you have last something you want to tell our viewers?
I'll speak for both
Yeah.
aviation and my hospitality. Love flying. Uh, when you wear uniform, please respect it. Make sure your uniform is crisp,
Yeah.
and you are a focus in a lot of passengers' life. They look up to you. So make sure you are presentable. Make sure you're well spoken. Make sure you're not one of those who are rude to the crew or the staff around. Create the environment of family and home. And when it comes to my baby at Bay, always, always, always trust your partners, trust your friends, trust the process, uh, make everyone feel relevant and important. And yeah, man, become big, become successful. I would just hope that everyone is living their dreams in life.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It was a great podcast. And I promise you, as always, we as Duocast will be getting a lot of new other guests with exciting experiences. So I'm signing off as your host. Thank you.